the doctor and I got the bad news that I am sure many of you have. Mr. Dryden, you have cancer. And when I got my breath back, I said, okay, doc, what are we going to do about this? He said, you're going to go into surgery, you are going to lose a testicle, you're going to undergo 17 weeks of radiation treatments, and you're going to pray to God that we get it all. And I said, but that sounds uncomfortable. And we're talking about one of my personal favorite organs here. I don't want to rush into anything, you know, I don't want to break up the set or anything. Can I just, you know, you get more attached to some organs than others. I mean, so I said, what happens if I just think about this for a while? He said, you'll die. I said, boy, I'm going to miss you, little buddy. I did not let stress take over the situation. I controlled it from the start. The things that I could do nothing about, that I had to leave over to God and to the amazing wizards in the medical profession, I was happy to hand that to them. Sure, you do your job. Things I could control, I was there, folks. But there was one thing I was thinking, you know, if I'm not doing all I can. They found that laughter and having a good attitude and sense of humor can actually help your body. Well, I'd be the dumbest comedian in the world if I didn't get as many laughs as I could. My doctor asked me if I wanted him to implant a plastic prosthesis so I would look the same. I said, why, doc? Don't you think my friends will recognize me? Not planning to put a bunch of photos up on Facebook, I can tell you. I got laughs from my radiation mistress. You know, I'm lying buck naked on this glass slab. She's drawing these Navajo rug designs on me, aiming this thermonuclear device at me, tells me it's perfectly safe. And then what does she do? She puts on a lead vest and goes into another room. One day I was having a bad day. I had my head in the bucket. A lady came over and said, Mr. Dryden, how you doing? I said, well, I puked up about everything, but I think I found my class ring. You know, the radiation sterilized me, but I've already had the most beautiful kids in the world, so I got the crop in before I lost the farms. You know, believe me, guys, all of my bodily functions work just great, no problemo. It's a redundant system. I can see you fine right now, okay? So I came back to the doctor and got those great words, Mr. Dryden, you are 100% clean and clear of cancer. And so I was feeling pretty good. And then 6 years ago, I had to change my prescription and my reading glasses, and I went to the optometrist, and this specialist sent me to a real specialist who specializes in real special stuff. He said, Mr. Dryden, I don't know how to tell you this, but you're one of only 6 out of 1 million people in North America every year who get a malignant melanoma on the back of your eyeball. I said, well, lucky me. I said, gee, doc, I'm having no luck at all with these round organs. Geez. Only 10 years ago, the only thing we knew to do in a case like this is to pop the eye out. We have learned how to sew a radioactive button on the back of your eyeball and nuke that sucker from behind. I said, sew something on my eyeball, oh goody. You know how they get to the back of your eyeball to work on it? They deaden the muscles around your eye, and then they just pull it all the way around until they find what they want to work on, which is gross, but very handy. It just beats the heck out of this, folks, I got to tell you. I was awake for this. Oh, yeah. Well, heck, I wanted to keep an eye on him, you know. I was radioactive man. I could glare a bird's eye frozen dinner into a hot meal. I was a little disappointed that my x-ray vision only seemed to work on the Filipino mailman, but I found if I glared at the dog long enough, it would make her butt itch. I loved that. So I said, Doc, what I do for a living is I travel around the country and I meet nice folks and I speak to them. And it occurred to me when I get on that plane next week to Chicago wearing this patch and my favorite maroon jogging suit that's so comfy when I fly, I'm going to be a one-eyed, one-orbed flying purple people meter. And he was too young to get it. Gee, you're a professional comedian. I thought you could do better than that. And I said, well, come on, Doc, you got to give me a break because you know my history. And by now, as you know, I'm half blind and half nuts, so give me a break for crying out loud. And he gave me an extra sucker for that one, so thank you very much for having me.